When most people think of outlaw motorcycle clubs, they picture leather-clad rebels roaring down highways on thunderous Harleys, flashing skull patches, and a 1,000-yard stare. And while many MCs have earned their stripes in that world, one club continues to strike fear and fascination across America's East Coast. They don't care about headlines. They don't seek the spotlight. But the law? Yeah, the law definitely knows who they are. We're talking about the Pagans Motorcycle Club, a brotherhood as secretive as it is feared. And today we're going deep into the unknown history, coded rules, and raw street power of a club that proudly rides in the 1%. From suburban beginnings to rebellious icons, it all started small. In 1957, a man named Lou Dobkin, a mechanic and motorcycle enthusiast, founded the Pagans in Prince George's County, Maryland. Just 13 original members, no criminal agenda, no beef with the law. Just bikes, beer, and brotherhood. But like most things born in the shadow of the 60s, change came fast. By the end of that decade, the club wasn't just growing, it was transforming. Vietnam War veterans were joining, bringing back with them anger, trauma, and a serious distrust of authority. With that shift came a darker tone. Violence increased, loyalty became sacred, and what began as a peaceful riding club now looked a lot more like a traditional outlaw motorcycle gang. The Mother Club and their ruthless structure. The Pagans don't just ride, they rule with precision. Their governing body is known as the Mother Club, a tight-knit ruling council that sets the laws and hands out punishments. There's a national president, a vice president, sergeants at arms, and enforcers. It's not just about democracy, it's about control. In the early 60s, their first president, known only as John Satan Marin, was a former leader of the Sons of Satan MC, a Pennsylvania-based club. In a show of pride, the Pagans reportedly paid him the same salary as the US president, around $100,000 a year. That wasn't just a paycheck, that was a statement. The Blue Denim Brotherhood, forget the leather cuts. Pagans wore blue denim jackets, covered in patches, symbols, and coded messages. In the beginning, they favored Triumph motorcycles over Harley Davidsons, setting them apart from most other MCs. Their look was different, their attitude was different, and over time, their power grew. Eventually, they embraced Harleys, especially as they expanded along the East Coast. But their blue denim vests, called cuts, remained iconic, stitched with history, rebellion, and sometimes even blood. Inventing the Outlaw Code. You've probably heard the term 1%er. It refers to the 1% of bikers who live outside the law, rejecting the mainstream, ignoring the rules. What you may not know, the Pagans helped invent it. The American Motorcycle Association, AMA, once claimed that 99% of bikers were law-abiding citizens, implying the remaining 1% were outlaws. The Pagans embraced the label, literally. One of their early members stitched together the now infamous diamond-shaped 1% patch. It spread like wildfire. Soon, every major outlaw MC was wearing it. But the Pagans, they were first. A multicultural brotherhood? Here's something that surprises people. The Pagans are one of the few major outlaw MCs to include both Caucasians and Latinos. While other clubs have strict racial policies, even today, the Pagans have always had a mixed membership, especially across states like New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Some older members reportedly pushed back against this integration, but the ruling council made it clear. No one questions the founders. Explosive growth and a watchful eye. Today, the Pagans are on a rapid rise. Law enforcement estimates more than 1,300 active members, spread across 100-plus chapters from New York to Puerto Rico. In New Jersey alone, they have over 300 members. That growth isn't accidental. The Pagans have been absorbing smaller local motorcycle clubs, often by persuasion or pressure. Internally, this tactic is called swallowing and smalling. But from the outside, it looks a lot like a hostile takeover. Church, secrets, and loyalty. The Pagans treat their weekly meetings with religious intensity. Known as church, while these gatherings are mandatory. Miss one without a serious excuse, and you could find yourself stripped of your patch, or worse. Inside church, members review business, deal with grievances, and hand out orders. Outsiders? They're not even allowed to know when or where it's happening. It's a sacred space, a place of rules, and a reminder that the pagans answer to no one but themselves. NA patches in business only talk. Some pagans wear a mysterious patch that simply says NA. What does it mean? No association or no answer? It's a silent signal, especially during police interrogations, that the wearer won't discuss club business. It's part of the code. The pagans don't talk, not to cops, not to courts, not to anyone outside the circle. Betrayal, murder, and war with the angels. Switching clubs in the outlaw world is a deadly sin, especially if you go from pagans to Hell's Angels, their sworn rivals. The pagans have long-standing beef with the angels, stretching back decades. And when a member defects, it's seen as treason. In 2005, a newly patched Hell's Angel was gunned down in a drive-by shooting. The case remains unsolved, but many believe the message was clear. You don't leave the pagans. You escape them, or you die. Women in the MC world. It's no secret that women have little power in outlaw motorcycle clubs, and the pagans are no exception. In this world, women are often referred to as property. Many wear patches that read property of member name. It's controversial, it's criticized, but it's also the reality inside the club. And despite the changing times, the culture hasn't budged. Coded patches and chilling symbols. Like all major MCs, the pagans wear number-coded patches that outsiders don't always understand. 1%, outlaw status, 7, in memory of a fallen brother. 5, Nazi affiliation, worn by some members, not all. 4, live and die, a grim motto showing loyalty to the club above all else. Some jackets also read, live pagan, die pagan. That's not a catchphrase. That's a contract. The East Coast kings forget state pride. The pagans claim the entire East Coast. Their bottom rocker used to be blank, deliberately. It was a way of saying, none of your business where I'm from. But today it often reads East Coast, a bold declaration that they see themselves as the ruling force across the region. It's not modest. But then again, neither are the pagans. Art, mythology, and the fire giant patch. The club's logo is striking. A fire giant sitting on the sun, wielding a sword, based on Norse mythology. But here's the twist. It doesn't come from some ancient Viking manuscript. It comes from a Jack Kirby comic book, specifically Journey into Mystery number 97, drawn in the early 60s. That fire giant? It's Surtur, a destroyer of worlds. The pagans saw something in that image and made it their own. Their name? It's scrawled in red, white, and blue. American rebellion with a mythological twist. Breaking rules. Chun, expulsion, or execution. Inside the pagans, loyalty is everything. Break the rules and the consequences are severe. You could lose your patch. You could be excommunicated. Or in extreme cases, you could disappear. Ex-members whisper about mysterious deaths, unsolved shootings, and members who simply vanished after crossing the wrong person. Whether it's true or rumor, that fear is real. Footage fades from burning rubber to slow, still images of East Coast cities at night. The Pagans Motorcycle Club isn't just a gang. It's a system, a legacy, a code written in steel, smoke, and blood. They don't apologize. They don't negotiate. And if you're not one of them, you'll never understand them. Whether you see them as criminals or freedom riders, one thing's for sure, they're not slowing down anytime soon. If you found this deep dive into the Pagans MC fascinating, give us a like, subscribe, and drop a comment on which club or story we should cover next. Until next time, stay curious and stay sharp.